Christine Winters stood at the industry conference, staring at the projection screen showing my company's product launch. Her face cycled through confusion, recognition, then pure rage. The journalist next to her asked, "Isn't that the concept you rejected last year? The one you called worthless at the team meeting?" Christine's mouth opened, closed, opened again. We had discussed something similar internally. According to Zoe Harper's presentation, she pitched this exact concept to Bright Ideas 18 months ago. You rejected it. Now she's launching it with Velocity Digital, and it's already generating $8 million in pre-orders. That must sting. Christine walked out of the conference hall. I watched her leave from the stage, mid-presentation, and couldn't help but smile. She'd called my ideas worthless. She'd shut down every proposal I brought her. She'd told me I didn't understand the market. Now the market was proving her catastrophically wrong, and I was the one getting paid. My name is Zoe Harper. I'm 27 years old, single, and 18 months ago I was a senior content strategist at Bright Ideas Media Studio in Los Angeles, a digital marketing agency specializing in social media campaigns for consumer brands. I'd been with Bright Ideas for 3 years, started as a junior strategist right out of college, promoted to senior within 2 years. I was young, ambitious, and full of ideas about where digital marketing was heading. I saw trends before they became mainstream. I understood how Gen Z consumed content differently than millennials. I knew which platforms were rising and which were dying. My client campaigns performed exceptionally well. I'd increased engagement rates by an average of 47% across my portfolio. Several campaigns I designed went viral. I brought in 3 major new clients just through the quality of my work, but I had a problem. Her name was Christine Winters. Christine was our creative director, 44 years old, 20 years in the industry, and absolutely convinced that she knew everything about marketing, because she'd been doing it since before social media existed. She was talented once. Her early career work was genuinely innovative, but somewhere around 2015, he stopped evolving. She kept applying tactics from the Facebook era to TikTok campaigns. She couldn't understand why younger audiences didn't respond to the same approaches that worked on older demographics. Every strategy meeting was the same pattern. I'd present an idea based on current trends and data. Christine would dismiss it. That's too risky. Clients won't understand it. We've never done it that way before. Then she'd suggest some recycled concept from 5 years ago. We'd execute it, and results would be mediocre. My colleague Tyler, an intern who actually understood current digital culture, noticed it immediately. "Zoe, why does Christine keep shutting down your ideas? They're way better than the stuff we're actually doing." "Because she's been creative director for 8 years and doesn't want to hear that the industry has moved past her." "That's insane. Your campaigns perform better than anyone else's." "Performance doesn't matter if the creative director hates change." But I didn't give up. I kept bringing new ideas, kept pushing for innovation, because I believed in the work. The breaking point came when I developed what I genuinely believed was a revolutionary concept. I'd noticed a gap in the market. Small businesses wanted professional social media management, but couldn't afford agency rates. Current solutions were either too expensive or too low quality. DIY platforms existed, but required expertise most small business owners didn't have. I designed a concept for a hybrid platform, AI-assisted content creation, combined with human creative oversight. Small businesses would input basic information about their brand. The AI would generate content options based on best practices, and human creatives would refine and approve everything before posting. It would cost a fraction of traditional agency fees while maintaining quality. The AI would handle the repetitive work. Humans would handle the creative decisions. I was so excited about this idea. I spent 3 months developing it in my spare time. I created a full pitch deck, market analysis showing the gap, technical specifications for how the AI would work. Financial projections showing it could be profitable within 18 months. Mock-ups of the user interface. I pitched it to Christine and the executive team in our monthly innovation meeting. I presented for 20 minutes, showed the market research, explained the technology, demonstrated how it solved a real problem for an underserved market segment. When I finished, Christine was the first to speak. "Zoe, this is exactly the kind of worthless idea I've been warning the team about. You're trying to replace human creativity with algorithms. That's not what we do. We're a creative agency, not a tech company." Christine, the AI doesn't replace creativity. It handles the repetitive work so creatives can focus on strategy and refinement. It's augmentation, not replacement. It's chasing trends instead of focusing on proven methods. Small businesses don't need fancy AI platforms. They need solid, traditional marketing executed well. One of the executives, Robert, spoke up. "Christine, the market analysis looks solid. There's clearly demand. The demand is for cheap services. We're a premium agency. Why would we chase the low-end market?" "Because it's a huge market," I said. "Millions of small businesses need these services but can't access them. This platform could serve thousands of clients simultaneously with minimal overhead. Or it could dilute our brand by associating us with discount services. I'm not interested." She dismissed my proposal without further discussion. The meeting moved on. I was devastated. I'd spent 3 months on that concept. The data was solid, the opportunity was real, and she'd called it worthless in front of the entire leadership team. Tyler found me at my desk afterward. "Zoe, that was bullshit. Your idea was brilliant." Christine doesn't think so. Christine's terrified of anything she doesn't understand. But that concept? That could be huge. You should do something with it. Like what? Build it myself? I'm not a developer. Find someone who is. Seriously, don't let her kill this idea just because she's stuck in 2010. That conversation planted a seed. Over the next month, I couldn't stop thinking about the platform. Every time I saw a small business struggling with their social media, I thought about how my concept could help them. I started working on it at night. Not at the office, on my own time, my own laptop. I refined the concept. I connected with a developer friend from college who was interested in building the technical side. I created a more detailed business plan. I wasn't trying to compete with bright ideas. I just wanted to see if the idea could work. Then Christine killed my second major proposal. Then my third. Every innovative concept I brought to strategy meetings got dismissed as too risky or not our brand. I realized I had a choice. Stay at bright ideas and watch my creativity die, or leave and build something myself. I chose myself. I handed in my resignation on a Tuesday morning. 2 weeks' notice. Professional. Polite. Christine called me into her office within an hour. "Zoe, what's this about?" "I'm leaving to pursue other opportunities." "What opportunities?" "I'd rather not discuss specifics." Her eyes narrowed. "You're not going to a competitor, are you? Because you signed a non-compete." "I'm aware of my contractual obligations." "Good. Because if you try to use anything you developed here at another agency, we will sue you into oblivion." "I understand." What Christine didn't understand was that my non-compete only covered working for competitor agencies in California for 1 year. It said nothing about starting my own tech company. It said nothing about concepts I developed on my own time. I'd had a lawyer review my contract. My platform idea was safe. I'd developed it outside work hours on my personal equipment. Bright Ideas had no claim to it. During my final 2 weeks, Christine was cold but professional. The rest of the team threw me a goodbye lunch. Several people asked where I was going. "I'm taking some time to work on a personal project." Tyler pulled me aside before I left. "The AI platform? Maybe. I'm graduating in 2 months. If you need help, call me." I left Bright Ideas with my pitch deck, my network, and a determination to prove Christine wrong. The first 3 months were terrifying. I was living off savings, working 80-hour weeks building the platform with my developer friend Alex. We called it Streamline Content. We built the AI engine that could generate social media content based on brand guidelines. We developed the interface where small business owners could review and approve content. We created the quality control system where human creatives could oversee and refine the AI's output. By month 4, we had a working prototype. I started reaching out to small businesses in my network. Coffee shops, boutiques, local service providers. Would you pay $200 a month for professional social media management that actually gets results? The response was overwhelming. Yes, absolutely. When can I sign up? We launched a beta program with 15 small businesses. Within 2 months, their engagement rates increased by an average of 63%. Their follower counts grew. They were getting actual customers from social media for the first time. The testimonials started rolling in. Streamlined Content transformed our social media presence. We're reaching customers we never could before. For the first time, we can afford professional quality marketing. The AI handles the tedious work, but humans make sure it actually sounds like our brand. By month 6, we had 50 beta clients. By month 8, we were ready for a real launch, but we needed funding. We needed infrastructure to scale. We needed business expertise I didn't have. I started pitching investors. Most passed. They didn't understand the concept or thought the market was too small. Then I met Marcus Reed. Marcus was CEO of Velocity Digital, a mid-sized digital marketing platform company, not a direct Bright Ideas competitor. They were more tech-focused than agency-focused. I pitched him Streamline Content, showed him the beta results, explained the market opportunity. He got it immediately. Zoe, this is exactly where the industry is heading. AI-assisted creativity, democratized access to professional marketing. How much runway do you have? 3 months of savings left. What if instead of investment, we acquire you? Velocity provides the infrastructure, funding, and business operations. You run the product division. We launch this properly with real resources. What's the equity structure? 20% for you and your co-founder, plus executive salaries, plus performance bonuses tied to revenue. If this performs like your beta suggests, you'll make more in 2 years than you would have in 10 at an agency. I negotiated up to 25% and accepted. 3 months later, we launched Streamline Content nationally under Velocity Digital's banner. Professional marketing campaigns, industry conference presentations, press coverage. The response was massive. We had 500 paying clients in the first month, 2,000 by month 3. The revenue projections I'd shown Christine 18 months earlier, we hit them in 6 months. Industry publications started covering us. Streamline Content disrupts small business marketing. AI-assisted content platform reaches 5,000 clients. And then came the conference, the Digital Marketing Innovation Conference in San Francisco, the biggest industry event of the year. I was scheduled to present Streamline Content's first-year results and announce our expansion plans. I didn't know Christine would be there. But when I walked on stage and saw her in the 3rd row, I couldn't help but smile. I gave the presentation of my life. 18 months ago, I pitched a concept for AI-assisted social media management for small businesses. I believe there was a massive underserved market that needed professional marketing, but couldn't afford traditional agency rates. That concept was rejected as worthless and not understanding the market. I showed the slide with my original pitch deck, the same one I'd presented to Christine. Today, Streamline Content serves 8,000 small businesses across North America. We've generated over $12 million in revenue in our first year. Our clients' average engagement rates have increased by 71%. We've created access to professional marketing for businesses that previously had no options. I showed our growth charts, the testimonials, the financial projections. The market I was told didn't exist? It's worth an estimated $2 billion. We're capturing 5% of it in year 1. By year 3, we project 20% market share. I paused and looked directly at Christine. When someone tells you your idea is worthless, ask yourself, are they right? Or are they just afraid of change? After the presentation, I was surrounded by press, investors, and potential partners. Rachel Adams, a journalist from Marketing Week, was the first to reach me. Zoe, incredible story. Can you tell me which agency rejected your initial concept? I'd rather not name names publicly. Was it Bright Ideas Media Studio? I didn't answer, but my expression apparently said enough. Christine Winters was in the audience. She left during your presentation. Any comment on that? No comment. But I will say this. When established players dismiss innovation because it threatens their existing model, they create opportunities for new players. That's what happened here. The article ran the next week. How Christine Winters' rejection created her biggest competitor. It was fair, but devastating. Rachel had done her research. She'd found 3 other former Bright Ideas employees who'd left after having ideas rejected. She'd compared Bright Ideas' client growth, flat, with Velocity's growth, explosive, over the past year. The implication was clear. Christine's resistance to innovation wasn't just hurting individual employees. It was hurting her entire company. Tyler sent me the article with one comment. This is perfect. 2 weeks after the conference, Marcus called me into his office. Zoe, 3 things. First, we just closed a Series B funding round. $20 million. Investors loved the conference presentation. Second, we're expanding streamlined content to Europe and Asia. You'll oversee the global rollout. Third, your equity stake just became worth approximately $8 million based on our latest valuation. I sat down. 8 million? Conservative estimate. If we hit our growth targets, could be 20 million in 2 years. Congratulations. You just became very wealthy by building something worthless. That night, I treated Alex and Tyler to dinner at an expensive restaurant. To worthless ideas, I toasted. To worthless ideas, they echoed. My phone buzzed. Email from an unknown address. Subject line. Congratulations. I opened it. Zoe, I saw your presentation at the conference. Impressive results. I may have been too hasty in dismissing your initial concept. If you're ever interested in discussing collaboration between streamlined content and Bright Ideas, I'd be open to conversation. Christine Winters. I showed it to Tyler. Should I respond? What would you say? I thought about it. Then I typed, Christine, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate the acknowledgement. However, I'm fully committed to growing streamlined content with Velocity Digital. Perhaps this is a good reminder that sometimes the best ideas come from unexpected sources, and dismissing them has consequences. Best of luck with Bright Ideas. Zoe. I hit send. Not interested in collaboration? Tyler asked. Not even a little bit. 2 years later, Streamlined Content is serving 35,000 small businesses globally. We've expanded beyond social media into complete digital marketing solutions. Annual revenue, $98 million. My equity stake is worth approximately $30 million based on our latest valuation. I'm 29 years old and financially set for life. More importantly, we're actually helping businesses. Small coffee shops in Montana, boutiques in Singapore, service providers in Brazil. People who never could have afforded professional marketing now have access to tools that work. I get messages weekly from small business owners. Streamlined Content changed my business. I'm reaching customers I never could before. For the first time, I can compete with bigger companies on social media. That's worth more than any amount of money. Marcus promoted me to Chief Product Officer. I oversee not just Streamlined Content, but Velocity's entire product portfolio. I'm the youngest C-level executive in the company. Tyler finished his degree and joined Streamline Content full-time. He's now director of content strategy, managing a team of 20. Alex, my developer co-founder, is CTO. His equity stake is worth about $12 million. Not bad for believing in a worthless idea. As for bright ideas, they're struggling. Client retention is down. Several key employees have left. They've lost ground to more innovative competitors. Christine is still creative director, but I heard through industry connections that she's under pressure from ownership to modernize their approach. Too little, too late. I ran into her at another industry conference last month. She approached me at a networking reception. Zoe, you've done remarkable things with Streamline Content. Thank you. I've been thinking about our last conversation, about collaboration. Velocity and bright ideas could potentially... Christine, we're not interested. We're growing faster than we can handle. We don't need partnerships with agencies that resist innovation. That's not entirely fair. We've evolved. You evolved after your competitors proved the market existed. After you lost relevance. That's not evolution. That's desperation. Her face flushed. You're still angry about the rejection. I'm not angry. I'm grateful. If you'd accepted my pitch, I'd still be working for you, making a fraction of what I make now, and someone else would have built Streamline Content. Your rejection was the best thing that could have happened to me. I walked away. The next week, Rachel Adams published another article, How Bright Ideas Lost the Marketing Innovation War. It traced the company's decline directly to their failure to embrace AI-assisted marketing when I first proposed it. The article ended with a quote from an anonymous industry insider. Christine Winters had the opportunity to lead the industry's next big innovation. Instead, she called it worthless. Now she's watching from the sidelines while her former employee builds a $100 million company with that worthless idea. I didn't give that quote, but I didn't disagree with it either. People ask if I'm vindictive. If I enjoy watching Christine and bright ideas struggle while Streamline Content succeeds, I don't enjoy their struggle. But I absolutely enjoy my success. Christine didn't just reject my idea. She called it worthless. She dismissed it publicly. She made me feel stupid for suggesting it. She was completely, catastrophically wrong. And now she has to watch as I prove that every single day. Here's what I learned. When someone with authority tells you your idea is worthless, consider the source. Are they actually evaluating the idea on its merits? Or are they rejecting it because it threatens their worldview? Christine rejected my concept not because it was bad, but because it challenged her assumptions about how marketing should work. She couldn't imagine a world where AI assisted creativity instead of replacing it. She couldn't see that the market was evolving beyond traditional agency models. Her inability to adapt wasn't my problem. It was her opportunity loss. I also learned that sometimes rejection is redirection. If Christine had accepted my pitch, Streamline Content would be a bright ideas product. She'd own it. I'd be an employee collecting a salary. Instead, I own 25% of a company worth over $100 million. I'm a C-level executive with equity that could be worth $50 million or more if we go public. Her rejection gave me ownership, gave me control, gave me wealth and freedom I never would have had as her employee. So when people ask if I'm bitter about how she treated me, I laugh. I'm not bitter. I'm rich. Christine thought calling my idea worthless would end the conversation. Instead, it started my company. She thought I'd give up and accept that she knew better. Instead, I built something that made her irrelevant. She thought experience and authority meant she understood the market better than a 25-year-old strategist. The market proved her wrong. The best revenge isn't proving someone wrong. It's building something so successful that they have to watch you succeed with the exact idea they rejected. Christine called my concept worthless. The market valued it at $100 million. I'll let you decide who understood the industry better.